Today, Kenny and I are in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tony, the CEO of Remote Vans, has invited us down to see their brand new production facility and take a behind the scene looks of how they build their brand new 2024 builds. Guys, if you want to go further in comfort and learn more about Remote Vans and what makes their vans special and how they build them different, then follow along on this video.
One of the pillars of our company is comfort, and with that comes having the very best of technology in our vans. And with the AC, that was very important for us to assess what is on the market and how many nights could you run your AC uninterrupted. And with the Nomadic AC, we can achieve the longest run time, multiple nights on the power system that we have. I think we like to think that we can run our AC for the longest out of any van company right now on the power system that we have. So it's all about having maximum efficiency and providing maximum comfort for our customers.
When we launched, there was a van company that was shipping, and I remember they had in their marketing, run your air conditioner 1 full night off grid. And we, Darren and I were like, all right, well, we got to make a better van. Like, how are we going to do it? So it's like very naively, we're like, okay, 2 nights off grid. And it's like, all right, well, how are we going to do it? So we had to find the most efficient air conditioner, and we had to pack in more batteries at the time than anybody else. And we've just continued to do that.
Yeah.
And now I think we're up to 3+ that you can run this super efficient 48 volt X2. And now that we've got these 2 giant Lithionics battery banks in there,
yeah.
Have we overdone it? Some might say. I don't think you can overdo it when it comes to comfort. So when it comes to those pillars, power, comfort, and connectivity, we don't spare any expense. So from the very beginning, we've wanted to stress quality in all of our van builds. We have 3 pillars of our brand: power, comfort, connectivity. When it comes to the best components, the best designs, the best quality, in any of those areas, we spare no expense. And obviously part of that is having the facilities to be able to accomplish building great vans, but it's also about the team.
I've been doing this for about 15 years.
Oh,
Strictly on electrical, like panels and stuff like this. For the past 2 years, I've been exclusively on vehicles.
Okay.
For a little while, I spent at GE with my electrical engineer. We did a EV conversion on a semi-truck that they had going on.
What's an Amphenol plug?
An Amphenol plug is a 2-ended connector that connects our house end electrical box, where all of our power is stored and distributed, to our component end plug. These clip in together. That is this what we're looking at here, the rest of our components throughout the vehicle.
Darren and I spent multiple years learning how to do all this stuff. We came in with a little bit of experience, learned along the way. We've been able to impart that learning and also learn from some of these talented people we've brought in. We have a full-time cabinetry division, a full-time upholstery division. We have our own CNC table in the factory. We cut everything here, floors, ceilings, walls, all that stuff. We have a full-time electrical engineer and an electrical team that's designing everything that goes into the van. Every single part of this van, at least on the interior, was designed in this facility by our people.
How long did it take you to work out like these wiring diagrams that I see over here, like with all the...
For me, it's not like long, because this is a very small and like simple circuit. It is like the smallest thing I've ever actually engineered.
So we really take pride in that we're not just grabbing things off the shelf. We're putting the best components inside these vans. So since the very beginning, actually, we have used Nomadic cooling air conditioners. Our very first rig that we shipped, going on 2.5 years ago, had a 12 volt, I think it was a 2000 or 3000. But somehow I got hooked up with Jonathan way back in the early days, summer of 2021, and you were at some show. And I remember talking to you for like an hour, and you were talking about the van business and about what we should build. In addition to having a really great quality product, it's the most efficient, best made air conditioner on the market. And I'm not just saying that because I've got the Nomadic cooling people on the other side of this camera right now. It really, really is. And it really meant a lot to talk to someone that was in the business and kind of was helpful. We moved to the 24 volt 3000. We shipped a bunch of units with that. And now we're the very first production van builder to ship with the brand new X2 48 volt system. So it's a big differentiator for us to the competition, who are mainly using 110 volt ACs that have to go through the inverter, not as efficient. this X2 48 volt running native from our 51 volt Lithionics power system, you can go days running this thing without having to recharge the battery. It's a big differentiator and a big boost for our customers.
I haven't had any complaints about any of the AC systems. They're beautiful. The smaller profile ones, the ones that we're trying to go with on the Aegis models, those are beautiful, man. I mean,
It's crazy how tiny they are, right?
it's crazy how much they put out.
Yeah.
Man. Like, well, at our old shop, we didn't have AC in there.
Yeah.
And we were messing around this summer and making sure everything was running and turned it on. It really cooled the van down quick. Like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah. That little one, we're pretty proud of that. That took about a year and a half to develop that little guy, but it's about half the size of the Big Daddy.
Right.
And then now, next year, we have, actually 2024, we have bigger daddies coming out.
Customers want to be able to go out for a meal and check in on the climate inside their van from their phone and to adjust the heating or cooling to make sure their pets are okay. And that's very much the direction that we're going in. So when our vans hit the ground in a few weeks, that's what we want to be able to offer our customers as well.
Anything when it comes to being on the technological forefront, whether it's the most efficient air conditioner or whether it's Starlink high performance standard on every van that we ship, it's not Starlink ready. This thing comes out of the factory with the dish on there. Just activate your service and you connect anywhere. So things like this multiplex, full color, high definition system that can control everything in the van is something we are really excited to kind of get out there.
But we very quickly realized that, sort of the trajectory that we're on, how difficult it is to build a van company. I'm sure Tony can talk about, the financial side of things, but just the sheer amount of knowledge that you need and realizing how long it takes to perfect a particular part, whether it's a ceiling panel, a floor panel, a wall panel, whether it's metalwork or thermoforming shower trays or whatever it is. The amount of time that it takes to get one part perfect is sometimes weeks and weeks and weeks. And when you're you've got the running costs of the company to take into account, that all adds up after after a year. And because of that, we intentionally slowed down the amount of vans that we were making in our second year to focus exclusively on perfecting our designs. And that's kind of where we are today, is now having done that hard work. And Tony can talk about how we've gone about fundraising to achieve that. But it's allowed us that little bit of space to perfect every single part in this van to a point where we feel we have the perfect Class B adventure van. And in every single aspect, whether it be the bed, whether it be the housing systems for the power and water systems, the overhead shelf above the driver passenger seats, to the overhead cabinets, all of that has just had so much time invested in perfecting it. We are so strict when it comes to quality and ensuring that we use the best materials. So I think for us, we see that as an easy way to differentiate remote vans from the rest of the pack, just to become known for not compromising whatsoever on the quality materials that we use in our vans.
A big thank you to Remote Vans for being a Nomadic Cooling customer. One of the biggest things that they're doing is they're switching their entire power system. They're going completely 48 volt with the brand new Nomadic Cooling 48 volt air conditioners. So they're using 48 volt battery packs, 48 volt air conditioners. They've taken the technology leap. They've been here in the beginning when Nomadic Cooling first started. They've been with us as we're doing the progression with the technology from 1224 up to 48. Couldn't be more appreciative of all of their support with Nomadic Cooling, and we're pretty excited about these new builds that they're coming out with. I think that when you take the attention to detail and seeing everything that they're putting in, from the control system to the brand new lighting to some of the engineering that goes into the cabinetry and how it's all done here at location, I think that you'll find that it's an amazing, well-built vehicle. Guys, thanks a lot for following along for this product tour and this behind-the-scene look at the 2024 remote van builds. Guys, let's go further in comfort.